Okay, I'm just going to show you how to create a pin sheet from PinZone. So very simply, the first thing you're going to do is hit the Add Pin Sheet button. From here we're going to give this a title. And we're going to select the date at which we want the pin sheet to come live, and that's really important if, for example, we're using the player app in order to provide the pins to golfers. If you want to set a category, please do so, and from here we can then run reports at a later date. Exclusion zones are really important, so these enable you to select or view previously placed pins up to 5 weeks old, and you can place an exclusion area around them up to 5 yards. So if we select that and apply them, and as we scroll down we can see in orange where the current pin is located, and then in red where the previous pins have been located on those greens. We now have some options in terms of what we want to see on the page in order to help us, I guess, display those pins. So we can turn on, for example, 7% slopes, 5 to 7, 3 to 5, and anything below. And this just really helps us identify the flatter areas or legal positions in which sort of areas pins can be placed. So as we just file down and carry on with those, we'll now head to the back 9. Now we can place pins in a number of different ways. As you can see me here just clicking on the screen, if I put one in the wrong place I can just carefully drag that to where I want it to go, or I can add to the bottom of the screen here where I specifically want it by typing in those numbers, and then either left, right or centre. So we'll just nudge that one up. Okay, once we've placed those we can save. Now the way the system works is effectively by screen capturing the information that you see in here. So if we're going to create a pin sheet that's visually shows the greens, then we probably don't want to show that information on here. So at this point we'll just clear the pin exclusions, we'll turn those zones off, we may move to just a 1 yard grid instead of showing every 5 yard grid instead of showing every one, and we can also at this point select the appropriate flag type that we may want to see. Now once we've done this we can move to the top and just select from the drop down here the style of pin sheet from the many that we have that you may want to see. So we'll select A4 landscape and generate PDF. So while that's just generating, it's obviously screen capturing each of those greens, providing a PDF that we can now see here in our downloads. And there we go, there's our pin sheet. So we have a 13 yard on pin, it's 8 off the left, and this -1 here means that it's 1 yard forward of centre. So if you had 150 yard markers on your greens, on your fairways, then that would indicate that it's 1 yard short of that and therefore sitting at 149. Conversely, this one here would essentially say that it's sitting at 152. So we can come out of there. If you didn't want a visual sort of graphic of the pins, then simply select A4 template, or sorry, A4 table portrait, generate that PDF, and the system will very quickly generate something much more akin to the sort of the table view. So setting pins really is as simple as that. Hope that helped.